Hello everyone, this is Vestige ZvZ here to bring you another pro level cast, this time between Vortix as the yellow zerg in the top left versus Lucky as the red zerg in the bottom right of ZvZ on Bel'shir. Vestige, can't wait to see it. I must admit, the last game I watched was literally Husky casting Bronze League heroes, so this is going to be quite a different matchup. Can't wait to see what happens. I also want to mention that whatever caster, commentator, or online personality I watch before I cast, I always seem to absorb like some of their personality and just reflect it in the cast. So if I sound a little like Husky right now, that's why. Anyway, this game is from the EPS, which again the name confuses me because it's an acronym within an acronym, but hey, whatever, do what you want. It's your tournament, right? That's exactly how it is. ZvZ, as you all know, is my favorite matchup to watch. Not my favorite one to play, but that's because I suck at zerg, so yeah. I mean, I can't larva inject to save my life. I really can't. It's just like, okay, larva inject. Then 10 minutes later, oh yeah, I need to larva inject. And yeah, that's sort of my life. Either way, a hatch first out of Vortix, but a pool first out of Lucky. I think that it's not going to make too much of a difference as Lucky's just playing it safer. Not sure if he's actually going to be aggressive with this pool or not. Pool will be coming up here shortly though for Vortix, although I have to say I'm a little confused. Normally if you do go hatch first, it's 2 drones, then your spawning pool. He went for 3 drones there and an extractor. So yeah, might be some interesting play out of him. Probably a faster zergling speed would be my guess, or perhaps a quick lair. I don't think lair would be really advised, considering the matchup. Wouldn't really be a safe play. But a fast zergling speed would be very impressive. Now normally when somebody goes pool first, that's what you would worry about as a zerg player, is that your opponent would have speed before you. At this rate though, I think it's going to be Vortix. On the other hand, he will have later queens, so there's that at least. I don't know which one is necessarily better, having faster speed but later queens, or having faster queens and later speed. I would honestly sort of prefer the queens, but that's just me. That's just me. Speed is certainly fantastic, and having this advantage, and only just a growing advantage, and the advantage is going to keep growing as long, I'm sorry, the red is actually what I'm looking at, is going to keep growing until Vortix can get enough to afford it. So yeah, looks like, until Lucky, I'm sorry, wow, I can't even talk, and getting a Baneling down as well, so Vortix going to be having a tech and economy advantage. Not something you usually see in a... He doesn't actually have the economy advantage. He has actually less drones. I guess that's the product of having those queens early. That makes a lot of sense to me. Just the queens are very, very good at what they do, which is producing more and more units. Either way, he does have a significant tech advantage, and I feel that, yeah, there is the spine crawler coming down. His opponent does indeed know it. There's the creep spread, which I believe almost every commentator has mentioned, is becoming much more popular in ZvZ these days. I mean, sure, it helps your opponent out, but it also helps you see. And vision, very, very important. Although early overlord placement, there's not much anybody can do about it. Of course, then you have to worry about them all getting picked off by surprise mutalisks or whatnot. But, I mean, how do these guys ever really get surprised? Now we are seeing a +1 missile attack come down. Sort of surprising to me. I wouldn't really have expected that. I really honestly figured this for a more aggressive Baneling play. And a faster lair from Lucky, who still has no zergling speed. So I think he was just being safe after after taking that early base. Nevertheless, he will be going for a faster third here. The only question is whether or not Lucky, who has scouted it, will try to exploit it at all. I don't think he really can, not with Vortix having banelings and speed. There's not going to be much. I swear I'm getting them mixed up. There's really not much he's going to be able to do with it. And there are a couple of lings here to deny the third on his Bart. But there are a lot of roaches coming out now. I shouldn't say a lot, but there are some roaches coming out. And roaches are very, very good versus Zerglings, especially with that +1 attack. So we'll see how this comes up. Although there is the Roach Warren down for Vortix, almost finished. And that's going to be making quite a difference on the field, especially since he has a much faster third base. The question about whether or not he can keep it, I guess, is the real question, the real thing to debate here. And he does have a slower Gileo reconstruction. I'm not really sure how that compares to speed for Zerglings, but it's pretty important either way. He will have +1 attack before his opponent, though, so there is that. But a lesser roach count. So we'll see how this goes. I'm not entirely certain myself. What I do know is that I would love to see creep spread here, just to keep your own units flowing faster. I mean, even if you don't creep spread onto the map, I think that creep connecting your bases is pretty important as Zerg. Going to be sending these lings and finding out about this base. Not going to be able to do anything to it, but hey, finding out about it is good enough to scout. Very important. And we're seeing a lot of roaches start to hit the field. 21 already for Lucky, and you can see them now moving out across, trying to deny this third base. Whether or not Vortix is going to be able to stop this, I don't know. He does have +2 on the way. It won't be done in time. I almost feel like he would need to throw down spine crawlers like a few seconds ago. And going for trying to get that better arc. There's the engagement. There's just more roaches, though, for Lucky than there are for Vortix. I don't think he's going to be able to handle this. I think they even have the better arc now. More roaches coming in, but oh, this is going to be a close one. No, with the roach but some of those are Lucky's reinforcements. But there's too many reinforcements. Oh, never mind. Gileo reconstruction is just good. So many reinforcements coming across the map from both players. It's hard to even tell who's going to win. One thing to love about Roach battles is that they are somewhat longer, as Vortix does manage to push it back. Still, though, I feel, yeah, he barely has the worker advantage. Well, he does have quite the Roach advantage now, though, and a faster +2, but +1 Carapace is on the way as well. Not quite as effective, though. And oh my gosh, he does delay it with Contaminate. Nicely done. You don't often see that play, but it's one that I really admire. 30 seconds more added to their +2 research time. Really going to be causing trouble for our Red Zerg player. And now he's lost his Roach Warren, going to be having to remake that too. Even if he accomplishes nothing else with this push, what he's just done is certainly phenomenal. Between delaying +2 for 30 seconds, forcing drones off the line, that is incredibly bad. This is going to really be helping him with that drone count that he did not have. And, oh my gosh, this is great for Vortix. Just, this push might be the end of the game. I don't really see how Lucky's going to be able to push back. There's the GG. I mean, that's the problem with putting tech buildings in your wall off. If you lose it, all of a sudden your entire base is doomed. What more can I say? A good game, well played by Vortix, and yeah, pretty safe one too at that. This has been FDV Vladerag.